Throughout this video, I'm going to teach you the 10 ways that I've personally used to disqualify fake friends from my life. There are 3 pillars to masculinity: health, wealth, and relationships. In relationships, it is vital that you vet a woman's background to make certain she is wife material. When choosing business associates, are they trustworthy? Do they have a good reputation? But when it comes to friendships, most young men surround themselves with ungodly, immoral, and selfish men that only end up leading them astray. A bad friend will harm you, will put you in danger, and will cause unnecessary drama in your life. A real man never compromises on his principles. And it is essential that you build up sufficient standards based on self-esteem and biblical truth to protect you from these people. So let's begin with sign number 1. A fake friend is competitive. Guys, as a man, the only person you should ever compete with is yourself. Take a look at your life 6 months ago. Have you grown? Have you improved? Have you made changes? If so, you're heading in the right direction. The whole point of a man doing self-improvement is so that he can be a better husband for the future, a better father. He can be a better friend, a better business owner, a better co-worker. He does that to serve others, okay, for those around him. That's the real end goal. So there is no need to compete with other people because we're all unique. We have our own talents, qualities, traits that make us intrinsic and special. So instead, we should all complement one another and share out our best self with everyone. That's what real men do. So when you have a friend and he's competitive with you, you know he doesn't have your best interest at heart. This is a man that isn't taking action in his own life. And when he sees you excel in health, wealth, or relationships, or just do well in general, it's a giant mirror reflecting back to him the lack of action he's taking in his own life. And instead of him being inspired by what you've achieved and who you are as a man, he becomes jealous. And jealousy is rooted in insecurity. So you're going to notice a fake friend who will one-up you in a conversation, whether you're alone or in a group setting. He'll say little things to tear you down, micro-attack your character, right? Downplay your achievements to make himself feel better. Because a fake friend, because he's competitive, he wants to seem better than you. And if he's competing with you, then he's against you and he can never be a real friend. The second sign of a fake friend is that he doesn't keep his word. This is manhood 101. Your word is your bond. Men with honor and integrity keep their promises. They follow through. When they say they're going to do something, they get it done. This means that they're trustworthy, they're dependable, they're worthy of respect, and they will expect the same from you. If you reach out, you make plans with your buddy, and he keeps turning you down, he doesn't show up, gives you wishy-washy excuses, never reschedules, doesn't prioritize you, even though he says he does, then you look at his actions. This is the sign that somebody genuinely does not want to have a friendship with you, or else he will be focused on building that with you. He will make time for you. Guys, fake people never practice what they preach. And you will observe this in his lifestyle as well. He will always say how he's going to start that business, but never gets on with it. He keeps saying he's going to go to the gym, but he never does. Little things like that you can pick up on. Because if a man can't keep his word for himself, there's no discipline. He can't do it for himself and he can't do it for God. He doesn't have any sense of loyalty. Then how is that guy ever going to have a real friendship with you? Continuing on with number 3. A fake friend will act different around other people. This means you will notice changes in their behavior. When you're alone, they treat you a certain way. Maybe they're more reserved, more quiet with you. But then when they hang around with a group of people, you're at a party, you're at a venue, they suddenly become more open, more friendly, more talkative. And you kind of noticed how you're almost pushed to the side. It's like when you hang out with other people in a group, they marginalize you. They pretend like you're not there. Which means when you're alone, the only reason why he's talking to you is because you're better than nothing. You're just the last resort. You're not a priority. You're nothing but an option. You're not important to them. So when they treat other people differently than you, especially when you're hanging out together and there's lots of you, that tells you everything you need to know. This is the hallmark of a fake person, because what's going on here is they're playing a character. They are wearing a mask, like it's a new persona that they're playing. They're acting almost. When they're with you, they're a certain way, and they're with others, they're different. But when you look at a track record of genuine people, they remain the same with everyone, no matter what. They treat people with honor and diligence the same way. Now, of course, does this mean that somebody genuine is going to close themselves off and they're going to obviously have boundaries? They're not going to allow access to everyone? Absolutely. But in regards to how they talk about people, how they communicate with others and with you, they're friendly. They're kind with everyone. Okay? The Bible tells us in Proverbs 18 verse 24, a man that hath friends must show himself to be friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. So a man who is friendly, that's exactly how he's going to treat everyone. But if he treats some people a certain way and you a different way, but yet you're all friends, then you're not the same type of friend. He might actually value them, but not you. Be very wary with men who are different around others than you. Number 4, a fake friend is a liar. What you will notice is that there is a pattern of lies. It may be intermittent. Sometimes it's very repetitive. Regardless, you start to catch them in little white lies. Remember, genuine bonds are always built upon trust, loyalty, and truth. And when you have a friend who is a pathological liar, he's always going to end up being fake, because it's impossible to trust someone who constantly hides or manipulates truth. They will lie when they feel insecure. They will lie about their achievements. They will lie about personality traits or things that they have. When they don't want to see you, they'll lie, they'll make up excuses. And again, the more this happens, you will start to recognize a pattern. So I want you to understand, if they love and cared about you, they will tell you the truth. They would work on being vulnerable and open. And if you do not have that in your friendship, then you don't actually have a friendship. You have somebody who is using you, taking advantage of you. Cut them off. The 5th sign of a fake friend is you can't be yourself with them. So when you're surrounded by people who are genuine, who love you, who want you to succeed, who want the best for you, you don't need to pretend you're someone else. You don't need to be on edge or hide certain parts of your life. But when you're around a fake friend, they will make you feel very guarded and closed off. You may feel afraid that they're going to take advantage of your vulnerabilities, or that they'll make fun of you if you don't do the things that they do or think the things they think. Unless you're simply, paranoid or overly suspicious, this is something that should never happen. Because real friends should encourage you and bring you up to grow together. Making you laugh. You should feel at ease and enjoy the time you spend together. That's how you build a healthy emotional attachment with them. But if they make you feel insecure, like something doesn't seem right in the back of your mind, in your heart, you have a gut feeling, probably means you're interacting with fake friends. It's like your body can pick up on the non-verbal cues. Intuition, you can sense these things. Pay attention to that. The 6th sign of a fake friend is that he's one-sided. This means that he only does things on his term. Because in any interaction with a human being, especially with those you actually build a bond with, it must be give and take. It's reciprocal. It's mutually beneficial, but it's based upon free will and love. But when you dealing with a fake friend, they only take from you because they have no genuine desire to give. So they withhold. So, I mean, there is a degree of narcissism to this. And this means that when you make plans or you want to go somewhere to hang out or chill, they always say no. But when they bring up somewhere, they always expect you to say yes, you know. When you give them advice, they don't listen. But when they give you counsel and give you a few tips on something, whatever, health, business, they expect you to take their advice. But then they don't when it comes to you. So if you play sports together or whatever, video game, for example, you may notice that they're a bad teammate. They compete with those that they should be on the same side with. When you have a miscommunication or a misunderstanding, or they say or do something to disrespect you, they never apologize. They can never admit they're wrong. This is rooted in pride. When you have a friend who is one-sided, and you will just know how difficult it is to have just a fun time with them, cut them off, because you cannot have a friend or a relationship with anyone for that matter where it's one-sided. Because you're doing all the giving, they're doing all the taking. And this is what will end up draining you emotionally. And it can eventually get to the point where it grates on you so much so that you can become angry or you just feel miserable when you're around them. But then when you hang around one of your genuine friends, it's like your cup is being filled up with love. You know, you feel that peace, you feel that ease. But when you're with your fake friend, it's like they're like an emotional vampire sucking you dry. Be very careful with these individuals. The seventh sign of a fake friend is that they have a history of maintaining a bad reputation. This means that other people will speak badly of them and they will warn you about them. Not because they want to tear down your friendship and they're jealous of the bond you have, but because they're genuinely looking out for you. This will usually be backed up with stone cold evidence that proves why they're not to be trusted. You may hear certain things like how they've stolen from people, or how they've ruined relationships between men and women, or how they're abusive or toxic, right? Now, this is something we see in general. I mean, we've all had a friend warn us, dude, stay away from that girl, don't date her. There's people that found out that she cheated on all her boyfriends, or she's known to sleep around. Other men will warn you to protect you from ruining your life. And women will do this to protect other women when they know that a guy is abusive or he's known to be, violent or aggressive. They say that to protect their girlfriends from bad men. So really, the people that are warning you, those are the ones you really should be friends with. Always trust, but verify. Because good business is like good friendship. People talk. Man, when I get to a restaurant and the food's good, I want to tell everyone about it. If I watch a movie and it's amazing, I'm going to tell my friends. But it's the same thing with people. It's social proof. Man, he's an amazing guy. He helped me with X, Y, and Z. He was there for me when I needed him. Oh, he's always been lovely with me. And usually, because they're genuine, they maintain the same behavior with other people. Because they have integrity, they treat everybody with kindness, with due diligence. That's always a good sign. So if people are telling you good things about your friend, then you obviously have a good one. However, if everybody around you, especially your family or those that you really trust, warn you about this person and they have evidence to back it up, then you want to listen to their advice. The Bible tells us, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." Proverbs 13 verse 20. So guys, pay attention to the reputation that someone has left throughout their life, and especially how they behave regarding others. It can tell you a lot about who they are. Do not be blind to this, okay? The 8th sign of a fake friend is that you have a superficial relationship. It's transactional. To use an example, it's kind of like when you see those 45 or 50-year-old multimillionaires and, they're married to like a 20-year-old girl. Everybody knows she's a gold digger, he's a simp. What they have is transactional. It's not based on love. It's not genuine. It's fake. Right? They're using each other. But this can happen in friendships too. If you have a friend who doesn't make any effort to get to know you, doesn't remember any details about your life, they never want to get to know you personally. There's no indication of wanting to build with you. They make little effort to spend time with you. They don't check up on you and see how you're doing, right? Never ask you out for a coffee. Especially when something's bad happened to you. Maybe a loved one of yours has passed away or you've gone through a breakup. They know of this because someone has told them, but then they never reach out to see how you're doing. They don't ask how they can ever support you or be of service to you. Then it's very likely that the friend you have really isn't a real friend. The 9th sign of a fake friend is that they never seem to have anyone long-term in their life. Similarly to how I mentioned before on the 7th sign, which is they have a track record of maintaining a bad reputation, what you'll notice is they don't seem to have anyone long-term in their life. This is a solid sign that they can't maintain healthy bonds, connections, or relationships. Especially if you ask them, hey, how come you don't have any friends? At least one or two. I mean, most people that are genuine, if you live an active social life, you've at least maintained one friendship. Somebody from childhood, somebody from school, somebody from college, university, work, business. Maybe you met them at a seminar, whatever happens to be. But you at least have a track record from the last couple of years, 2, 5, 10, 15 years that you've maintained a friend. If somebody can't do that, that is telling you through their actions that they don't play well with other people. They don't get along with others. No one wants to be around them. Because when you spend sufficient time with someone, you eventually get to see what they're like on a good day, on a bad day, and vice versa. And when people piece the puzzle together, they find out that, this person isn't very friendly. I don't want to be around them. So when you ask somebody, you always want to ask, tell me about your other friends. And if there's no indication, there's no track record of them having anyone long-term in their life, and they're not telling you what happened, they're not giving you any solid information or evidence, especially when they're not friendly with you, then it's usually because they are the problem, right? Oh yeah, everybody was toxic, people are just not nice to me. Really? So you can't choose anyone good for you? Sounds like you have some problems too. And you can see this with anyone in your life. I mean, I look back at one of my exes I had. She didn't have any female friends. And the more I looked into it, and especially as I got to know her, there was a reason why. She didn't get along well with other people. She was selfish, she was one-sided, and she was difficult. Nobody wanted to be friends with her. She was horrible to other women because she was vain and thought she was better. No genuine feminine woman wanted to be friends with her. So guys, you can apply this too to somebody you allow into your life. If you meet a guy and he wants to be your friend, but then as you get to know him, things don't start adding up, which you will start to see all the other signs that I mentioned, this one will accumulate. Because then you'll start to look at his past and go, wait a minute, no one wanted to be friends with this person. Yeah, because he's difficult. Nobody wants to be around someone like that long term. Take it as a warning sign. If they don't even have other real friends, not even at least one, stay away from them. And finally, the 10th sign of a fake friend is that he is never proud or genuinely happy for when you achieve a new personal milestone. Okay, you can sense jealousy similar to how I mentioned in the very first sign, which was someone who's competitive. You'll notice that he will be silent or give you half-assed compliments or outright start to talk about himself and even change the topic. Because when you achieve something, you have a breakthrough, you hit a milestone, you overcome a difficulty, okay? You've grown as a man, you've improved, and you want to share this with your friends. They will bask in that joy with you. They will congratulate you. They will smile for you. They're genuinely proud of you. And you can not only see it in their face and hear it in the tone of their voice, man, you can just feel it overall. It's genuine. That can't be faked. A real friend, he's happy for you when you succeed. He's inspired by you. He looks up to you. He admires you. So when your life is going great, man, it puts a smile on his face too. You know, I look at my friends when they have breakthroughs and things go well for them. Man, I am beyond happy for them. Okay? And I look at my friends, it's the same thing for them because I've chosen good people in my life. So if you have a friend and you come to him and say, dude, I hit my PR on my bench press, whatever. Hey man, I just lost 15 pounds because you're overweight and you've struggled. And he knows you've dealt with that for a long time. But when you tell him these things, if he's not jumping for joy, if he's not happy for you, you want to pay attention to that. Why is he your friend, yet he's not proud of any advancements that you make in your life? That's somebody that doesn't have your best interest at heart. That is a fake friend. Cut them off. So those are the 10 signs I've always used to identify fake friends, as I've had to cut quite a few people out of my life. And in regards to my friends, there's only 3 men I trust entirely with my life. They've been good men. 2 of them I've known for many years, and 1 has been recent. And I take my relationships very seriously. Guys, bad company corrupts good morals, okay? Likewise, if you surround yourself by good men, by righteous men, they will bring you up and uplift you with them, okay? So I'm going to close on a Bible verse which encompasses everything I've covered today. Galatians 5 verse 22 through 23 speaks about the fruits of a righteous person. You can use this to help you discern if a friend is genuine or even a woman that you choose. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Against such there is no law. These are the traits of someone that is real. It is that simple. With that said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless all of you and your families. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Is there anyone that you would add, or are there any signs in particular that have helped you disqualify a fake friend? Feel free to share below in the comment section to further educate others as well. With that said, hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one.